Bam. Playing that shit like you don't believe, Randall. You're not even looking, idiot.
What is it, Bumper?
Hit
I
me
haven't
with your
streamed in
best
forever.
shot. Yeah,
I haven't really had anything to stream. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, liar. You have Dragon Ball for PC.
Well,
What is it?
Brace yourself for impact. Thor's landing. Welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 52. We're joined by Thor, the Almighty, Odin's son outside. Randall. What?
It's real professional.
What? Hey, Randall, because you know it gets hot in here, so because there's no AC.
It's getting hot in here. So
They can embrace the hair. Like, I don't care anymore.
But he
No,
doesn't
I
have a
wasn't even
shirt
talking
on?
about the hair. It's just saying you got on a tank top or your podcast.
Yeah, like I'm.
It's always
I'm-
showing off the goods. It's how all the women do it.
He doesn't have a whole shirt on?
No.
Oh, that's hair.
Yeah, dude, idiot. I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
they
showing
did.
cock and balls like John says. Randall's here. He's got
Or
his own
nips.
mic. We got new equipment thanks to Bryant, which is also on the podcast. Okay, thank you for the middle finger. And then Kelsey, Weird TV's on here too. Look at him. Look at
Saw,
him.
dude. Saw, dude.
Don't smile. Oh shit! I got a burp.
Throws up.
I forgot how to do this already. You can go to patreon.com/ADLRplays, support the podcast channel, etc. Or you can go to extralife.adlrplays.com to support the Extra Life charity, which the proceeds go to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Oh wow, that's gonna be loud, or maybe not. So yeah, just a heads up, you're gonna be hearing a lot of thunder strikes, lightning, thunder, whatever, because what better time to start striking on top of us than when I'm doing a podcast? Topics. Hey, you'll get your chance to talk. And again, don't do this away from the mic. That mic is now you're an extension of yourself. That's why I gave it to you. When you speak, it's right to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're licking ice cream.
It doesn't look like it's aimed at his mouth right now.
It fucking.
It's not.
Really?
Because you're not doing it. There you go.
I mean, like, I didn't know it has to be that super.
How are
It
we
has to
supposed to see
aim
those-
at your mouth.
How are we supposed to see those pretty blues from all the way back there?
Well.
I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, you're fighting Thor as well. You can go to topics.adlrplays.com if you want to request a topic. Brenda's already ahead of me, but so we can discuss on future episodes. Well, we skipped a week. I don't know if you guys didn't notice. All 2 listeners. Where do we start? Just start from what happened last week?
When you died, almost died.
I didn't almost die. Oh, I got my MRI test back.
Okay.
Nothing's wrong.
Okay.
Wait, what happened? That you almost died?
So I got to back up to before last week. I switched over to doing like I've been doing intermittent fasting, right?
Yeah.
But then I went from 8-hour window to 6-hour window to just once a day.
Wow.
But I eat
Okay.
all of my everything I need to eat in one meal. Like I feel like shit afterward. Like I feel like I gotta shit my life out afterwards, right?
Dr.
Alright.
Amon does that.
Well, I guess it put my body into shock or whatever the hell it
Yeah.
is.
You have to.
'Cause-
You can't just like abruptly change and do that. Like you have to do it gradually.
I mean, I was doing it gradually, and then I just skipped 2 levels, I guess. Anyway, so I guess my body started accumulating a bunch of gas to the point where it was like I looked like I was pregnant,
Okay.
and then it was like super painful, and yeah, I think it was the last time I streamed was like not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before that. Me and Ryan played the Borderlands DLC, and I was like speed running it because I'm like, yo, I either have to take a huge shit, or my stomach's killing me. So then me and Brian just sped run the shit out of it. And then I stopped streaming, and I'm like, well, I went to lay down. I'm like, no, this thing is hurting. So I went to go. I shat a lot. I also burped a lot. Kept shitting. And farting. Don't forget farting, people. My farts have now escalated to dangerous, like, Chernobyl levels.
Yeah, at least you're not vomiting all over yourself too.
Yeah, that's what I thought was next. So I'm like, if I'm shitting this much, vomit's creeping up around the corner. Didn't vomit once. So I knew it wasn't like I'm like super sick. So, but I'm like, oh whatever. I'll take an Alka-Seltzer tonight. I should be fine, right? Whew, excuse me. Thursday, 5:30 in the morning, comes around. That's when I wake up to go to the gym, and it's still hurting. Like I was able to sleep through it fine, I guess, but then once I woke up, it like came back, I guess. So yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna work from home because I had my laptop. Worked a bit from home. The pain wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, but it's like, damn, it's there, and I can't really do a lot of physical, like move a lot because it'll be like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, let's do Pepto then. Did a bunch of Pepto, didn't work. After a while, was it Thursday that I went to? And then I went to to Walgreens or a clinic or something to see what the hell it is. I think it was it Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
You were
It
there
was
since
Friday. Yeah, so Friday. So Thursday I just sucked that up and I'm like, it doesn't hurt this bad, whatever. Pepto-Bismol, Alka-Seltzer, and I'm like, oh, I just need one more day. Friday rolls around. And I wake up, I'm like, shit, it's still like, I'm still looking pregnant. It like hardened, like you couldn't push my stomach in. Or you'll probably break something, I guess.
That's gains.
Yeah, it was like the gains I didn't want. But anyway, yeah, around like noon that day, I'm like, fuck this, I gotta go somewhere. So then Janiana said, go to Walgreens, maybe they'll diagnose you with something. I went. And they're like, nah, fam, like, we don't know what the hell. I gave them the symptoms or whatever the hell I'm feeling. They're like, nope, no idea, dude. So you should go to this clinic then. I'm like, okay. So I went home for a bit and then scheduled a thing for a clinic. Went to the clinic. And then they also were like, fam, who fucking knows? Let's do a bunch of tests that was just overpriced as shit. I think I did a CT scan, some other thing to see what the hell was wrong. They were like, it looks like you have something obstructing your bowels or something. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? And they're like, here, take this tube down your fucking nose and into your stomach. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
They're draining you.
And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, so just take this cup, put your fucking chin down, and as we push this fucking thing down up your nose, swallow the water, like so small sips, so it can go down. And I'm like, is he fucking kidding me? Is this like, where's Ashton at? This joke's gone for too long. So yeah, it wasn't as painful as I thought, inserting the damn thing down my body, I guess. But yeah, they started draining me. The saltines and ginger ale that I had that day was just floated through a tube into a fucking whatever container they had. And then they're like, no, we need to get you to a hospital or whatever. So they got an ambulance that took forever to get there. To the point
Well,
where,
of course.
they're
not very fast.
Yeah, to the point where Janiana could have took me, came back, and then took me again. By the time they arrived,
That's why we took your grandmother as well.
exactly. We didn't do anything. You flew through traffic. You flew through God's. You were fighting Odin's son. That's how fast you were driving. Oh man. Yeah, and then from there they were doing the same thing. They're like, we'll just do more tests and blood work and shit, but we're gonna keep draining you. And then by Friday night, they just kept waking me up, getting blood work and shit. By like Saturday noon, my stomach's already been like emptied out. I was starting to feel fine. I mean, obviously I had pain because the nose, the thing in my nose that's going down my body was more painful than anything. That's it. That was taking the only pain I had left. And I'm like, you know what? They're doctors. They know what the hell they're doing. I'll wait, right? They're like, oh, we'll keep you on there and see what the hell's happening. I'm like, okay, let's do that. So then the day goes on. I'm not feeling anything. I'm walking around, making laps around the fucking floor, getting gold stars. Because they had like a board for gold stars of how many people like lapped. And I'm like, I'm going to win this, obviously. I didn't, apparently, but I got a high up there with stars. Yeah, so then Sunday comes around, and then I finally see the fucking doctor. Like, I saw him once the day before on Saturday, and then he started beating off somewhere. And I didn't see him until the next 24 hours, and he's like, you know what, man? One of the nurses told me you're not feeling any pain. I told you that shit yesterday. And he's like, oh, let me go and feel it for myself as the doctor, dude. Whoa, it feels normal now. Word? It does? I didn't notice. So he's like, so what we're gonna do is, we're gonna keep you on here, and then we're gonna give you something to eat later, and then we'll wait again. So then see if we can give you heavier stuff, and then we'll wait again. And then I was like, no, I'm leaving now. So then I got a what is it, AMA or whatever it is? Signed something that protects their ass, I guess. And I just walked out. That sounds healthy, right? So, yeah, my body still needed to change, like from being like the IV, all this stuff being thrown into my body. So yeah, I started eating light with a bunch of saltine crackers and like chicken broth and whatever the hell the usuals. And of course the family's like, no, dude, you got to keep getting tests because there's something wrong with you. I'm like, okay, no problem. Went to a place that deals with like stomach issues, whatever. Who cares? So they're like, you know what, man? What you need to do is, instead of doing pointless endoscopies and shit, just give me an MRI, dude. That's cheap. All right.
Yeah, cheap.
That's sarcastic. He didn't say it was cheap, but I'm sure he's like, he just threw it out there like, yeah, dude, just go get an MRI, and then we'll decide what's going on from there. Because I'll see everything that's going on in your abdomen and see if there's any masses or whatever, right? So I went Tuesday or Monday, something
Monday
like that.
It's one of them. Monday, I want to say.
Did the MRI thing. It was actually pretty painless. It was fast. Well, not fast, but you have to drink like this thing to hot, like the contrast. You have to drink the contrast beforehand.
Which tastes disgusting.
It actually tasted fine. It's like it was lemon.
Oh.
I guess they started adding flavors and shit. That's why I was like dreading drinking the contrast. I'm like, I heard it's fucking terrible, and they give me 3 bottles. I'm like, I gotta drink 3 of these shits. It's gonna taste like ass. And then I took the first one. I'm like, oh shit, it's just a juice. It tasted like lemonade, dude. And I was like, okay, cool. Every 30 minutes, I dropped down one of those things, went in there, did most of the MRI, and then they had to stop it because as they were doing the MRI, they saw that my bladder was huge and I needed to take a piss. I didn't say I needed to take a piss because I'm like, they don't need to know that, but they're like, no, dude, you need to go piss because your bladder can get in the way. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And then I went to go take a piss. So then I came back and they're like, okay, see, now we can see more things. So then finished the MRIs, and then they're like, oh, we'll send it to your doctor, 24 to 48 hours. Spoilers. 48 hours pass. No call. So then I called them that Friday and be like, yo, you got my test results back? And I'm like, oh, you can send a voicemail to the doctor's medical assistant and she'll get back to you. What? Okay, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm waiting for MRI tests to come back. I'm sure that wasn't going to get anything from the weekend because, I mean, they're all on yachts, I'm assuming. So Monday comes around and I get a call, which was today. Yeah, today. I'm stupid, dude. Yeah, today. And then,
Today's Tuesday, Anthony.
Oh, my God. Fuck, yesterday. No, so I got it today. Fuck off. I got it today. I didn't get it yesterday. I got it today.
Said Monday.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It was Monday.
This is what happens when you don't podcast for a week. You lose sense of time and shit. And then, yeah, the MRI test is back. I have nothing. They're like, let me tell you the options they gave me. Because they're like, yeah, like the MRI test came back and, yeah, there's no abnormalities, no masses. The doctor said we can either do a capsule endoscopy. It was like you swallow something and it's like a camera in it. Yeah. It goes through you, whatever the hell. Yeah. Or then she's like, or you can just wait it out. And since you feel fine already and there's nothing on the MRI. And I'm like, that's their fucking legal way of saying, dude, there's nothing fucking wrong with you. Leave us alone. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. I'm sticking with the wait it out because I feel fucking fine. Oh my God. And that's
So
the
long
end of
story
that.
short, you can't do once a day meals.
Yeah, that's basically it. I got a bunch of gas in me, and that's what happens.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yep. That's why we missed last week for a podcast. And now this week, unless you guys want to catch up on what y'all did last 2 weeks ago. I see your office there is getting nice and tidy. I do need you to lower your fucking camera, dude. You're always framed so horribly. Keep going, keep going. There you go. That's it. That's fine. That's fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, what you do for the next 2 weeks? Started just doing stuff around the house,
You talking to me or Bryant?
you? Brian was with me most of the time for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 weeks, like we've just been hemorrhaging money on this place because they just have so much shit to get.
What do you mean, like
got
furnishing?
what?
Like furnishing, or
Yeah, we bought this is a while ago, but we bought a couch and living room set. We bought blinds, which are not cheap.
like an MRI?
Yeah, it's about as cheap as an MRI. So we had a couple different places come out, and we have 21 windows and 3 doors with glass in them.
Okay.
And got a quote: $3,200 for blinds.
What?
$3,200. Okay.
Yo, that's more than an MRI.
Yeah. And at least your insurance will cover some of it.
Holy fuck.
So
Oh, do they?
want
They
3,200.
block bullets. That's what those blinds do. They deflect bullets.
I think they blow me every morning and make me breakfast afterwards. Pretty sure that's what
That's
actually
amazing.
happens. Okay. Like not just one of them, every single one of them.
Wow, you're gonna have
But-
quite the endurance to survive all those blowjobs, bro.
No, but they want it. It's like $120, $130 a blind. Okay. And I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, there's no. So they want 3,200. There was like $3,000 just for the blinds, and it was $200 for them to install it. I'm like, bitch, I can install that. You drill a couple holes, and you shut it up there. Like, what is there to do? What is $200 worth?
That's
So
ridiculous.
we
Were
were
you able
looking
to?
around.
Were you able to drop the 200 and you install it yourself?
Oh no, we haven't. So what we ended up doing was just buying the blinds ourselves. We went and looked around, and like Lowe's and Home Depot have the same exact blinds that we want for $45. Like, what the fuck you charging me $300 a friggin' blind for?
They raised
Okay.
the dexterity cap.
So like, I mean, we're paying her brother to come in and install it because it's like, I'll give him $200 so that I don't have to do it. We just saved $2,000 on the friggin' blinds.
Oh
Fuck,
my-
throw $200 at him. And
Oh, I forgot to
so
switch
we're
the
dealing with
background.
that. Do what?
Sorry, I just started thinking out loud. I forgot to switch the background because we're in summer now, and I still have a spring background. I fucked up.
Ah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So then we got all of the TVs hung. We got the garage door openers installed. And I was trying to run. I paid extra money to have tech tubes installed in the wall so that I could have like cables run through the wall down to like the power outlets and things, right?
Okay.
So that you can hide like when you mount the TV on the wall, you can hide the cables, behind the TV and behind the little entertainment center without being able to see them, period.
Exactly. It's just cleaner that way.
So I'm like, that is a glorious summer pick, Bryant. So I'm trying to run the cable. I have these special plates that I'm trying to run the cables through.
Okay.
And I can't get the cable to go through. And I'm like shoving it in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like where is this pipe that's supposed to be back there to make this super easy? So
Okay.
I take off the faceplate. There's no goddamn pipe. Okay? I'm like, okay. So I call the company up and I'm like, yo, you didn't install the pipe. They were like, well, we can send someone out there to run the cable for you. Bitch, I don't need you to run the cable for me. I can do that. I want the goddamn pipe that I paid apparently $325 for you to install.
Ooh,
You want to know what this pipe is made of?
aluminum.
Like, go to Lowe's and get some shitty little 6 cent per foot pipe and shove it in the wall. I honestly don't know what the $325 is for.
How
They got to do it before they even put up drywall. Okay, like there was nothing there. All they had to do was take the pipe and go, it's in. That's it. Like that's it. That's all they had to do. Okay, so he calls up his sales rep or the sales rep, who basically conned me into doing this because he made it sound like it was going to be this glorious thing that you has like the faceplate and the pipe goes like right up against it, and then has another faceplate with the pipe going up right against it. So all you have to do is just like shove the wire through and you're good to go. And then he calls me back and goes, okay, so we're going to send somebody out to install the pipe. And I'm like, you goddamn better, because I paid $300 for this, and apparently it's not worth the 30 cents that you spent on the tube. Okay?
No, remember,
So the guy comes
since
out,
that's a pipe, that blows you every morning.
right?
Go for it.
So the guy comes out, and he's like, what was it? He's like, well, we have a thick tube and a big tube and a small tube. And I was like, well, what is the difference between the two tubes? And he's like, well, one's like 1.5 inches, the other one's like 2.5 inches wide. And I'm going, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I have the wider one upstairs, so I want the wider one down here. And he's like, well, I can probably fit the smaller one through without having to cut into your wall. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm not paying for any of this. I already paid for the friggin', small one, or for the large one. You're going to install it. Side note, I apparently am supposed to get a subwoofer with my sound system, which I still haven't received. And so I'm going to call them back.
Who are these people?
I
Where do
don't
you
know, dude.
find these people?
It was part of the builder's package. Like, it's them it's them having some third party that installs like the system in the ceiling and everything else. But they called me and told me that they apparently owed me a subwoofer, which they said they were going to bring out when they went to install the thing, but never brought. So I got to call them back because I just thought about it.
Is that the same subwoofer I helped you pick out, or that's one prior that they owe you?
It's one prior that they owe me.
What the fuck?
I apparently bought so I was talking to Bryant about it. I was like, oh, I think I need a receiver and a subwoofer because I have everything else but the subwoofer.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, well, here's some stuff. So I spent like $600 on a receiver and a subwoofer.
Okay.
And only to find out they were going to send me a 10-inch subwoofer that I've already paid for. And I'm like, motherfuckers, okay? So I still don't have the subwoofer. So the guy's working on the thing. He's trying to shove the big tube down into the wall, which he could do because it's wide. The hole in the wall is already wide enough, but he can't get past all of the insulation.
Okay.
So he ends up having to cut a hole in the wall. So he cuts a hole in the wall that's about probably 8 inches by 6 inches. And then he takes the tube and he shoves it up and he shoves it down. And then he has this really cool little thing that makes a right angle for the drill and drills a nail or a screw into the tube to hold it up against the post.
That's cool.
And, he doesn't do drywall, or apparently, I think they do drywall, but because it's still under contract with all of the other stuff, they're having actual drywall people come out and fix it. So now I have to wait until next week for them to come out and fix this massive hole in my wall for the $325 that I spent on this goddamn tube that I could have run myself,
Oh my.
and still don't have my goddamn subwoofer.
Are you gonna
have a subwoofer.
Are you gonna return the one you ordered then?
No, I'm gonna try and argue with them about getting money back for the sound system. Either that, or I'll just sell the subwoofer that they give me. Unless the subwoofer that they give me is like comparable to the one that I bought already.
Okay.
But
They didn't say the brand or anything like that?
no.
It's probably Kmart.
I mean, for all I know, I got some shit speakers up in the ceiling. Like, it sounds okay. Like, I mean, I can I set up my receiver, and it comes with this cool little mic that you can like place somewhere, and then in the center of the room, and
for alignment.
let it auto, balance where everything is. And so I did that, and the surround sound, it sounds like the speakers are kind of low, but you can hear it during like certain scenes. And then sometimes, like, it may just be the movies, but sometimes you can like hear them talking. Other times, down low.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom! It's like, oh, somebody dropped a piece of paper. Fuck.
Yep. That's because for the most part, when they do dialogue, it's coming out of the center channel, and that's it for whatever fucking reason. So a lot of people just
so that way you don't have to balance it throughout the other speakers. It'll just be thrown in, and you can hear it, and not competing with anything else.
So if you want, what you can do is just up the center channel a bit, so then it'll sound as loud as Transformers movies around you with the other fucking speakers. But yeah, that's one thing that sucks when you're doing like a 5.1 movie, because the center channel is like, yesterday I'm Harry Potter and I love Transformers, and then everything else is just the fucking Independence Day action sequence on plus 23 decibels.
Yeah. So I also disabled the speakers because I was trying to make sure that all the speakers are working. So I disabled the speakers on the TV. I don't think it actually uses those if you have the receiver hooked up, but I probably should plug it back in and just make sure that it doesn't add like to the center channel.
Oh, I usually disable. That's what I did for my soundbar. I disabled the TV speakers.
Yeah. That's what I did to make sure that everything was working, but I don't know if it actually makes a difference if it'll play like through both at the same time to try and amplify the sound. But
I think it'll play both, but it's not because the receiver wants it to play both on the TV.
Gotcha.
The TV will probably play a downmixed version of the 5.1, which you don't want blasting through your actual 5.1 surround sound.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Then you were definitely. I thought I had it bad this week. That was with these shitty fucking tests that I didn't need.
Well, I didn't almost die. I just had to get on the phone and yell at people.
I didn't. That's the thing. Damn, but yeah, you did. You definitely. Yeah, you spent a lot more than I did.
I mean, seriously, like we've literally just been hemorrhaging money with this house. Just having to buy new stuff. Like I spent $200 on screen mesh because I got a screen in my garage. We still have to buy some new silverware. We're still waiting on our couches and things to show up. We did end up buying our honeymoon tickets to Italy and London. So that's nice.
That's nice. You taking the Dodge with you?
No.
I'll take it. You won't get it back, but I'll take it.
That's neat. How long is it gonna be the honeymoon for? Like 2 weeks? Week?
2 weeks. Yeah, we'll be.
Let 1 week in one area.
So what we're gonna do is we're flying into London because it was like literally $1,000 cheaper to fly into London. And then it was like $100 round trip to fly from London to Rome. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to fly into London, which is great because the flight time is like 2 hours shorter. So we're only on the plane for 6 hours instead of 9 or 8. And then that same day we're going to fly from London to Rome, and then kind of just spend that day, getting to wherever it is that we need to go, and then doing downtime, trying to get acclimated to the new time zone, and then spend about 9 days in Italy, going from like Rome to Venice to Montalcino to somewhere else that Shannon wants to go to.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Southside Chicago.
And then we're gonna fly back to London a couple days early, and she wants to do the Harry Potter stuff there in London.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do that.
You just have to make sure when you land in London, like the second you step foot, you have to play American Boy by Estelle.
Yeah, immediately. But to the point where it's distorting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be sure to do that.
No, we need video proof.
Better.
Like Shannon needs to record this and send it to us.
She needs to get off first and record you I'm talking the frame your foot hits the ground. I hear the song playing.
Distorted.
If not, just redo the wedding with someone else.
Yeah.
I'll sub in.
Shit. All right, Randal, you're up.
Up for what?
Saturday.
What happened Saturday?
For fuck's sake, Randal.
What?
Your
No,
encounter
serious.
with Thor.
Oh man, I'm not retelling that thing, man.
You
Randall,
have to
it's
now.
not
'Cause I'm
retell.
interested.
It's not retelling if they haven't heard it.
But I've already told it to you, so it is retelling it.
Randall, I don't think you understand how a podcast works.
You experience things, and then you retell those things to the people who haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, but I can't do it with the same enthusiasm that I did.
Not with that attitude.
Would you need like speed or something?
No.
He needs a couple shots.
If
He's
we
loco
were the
now.
characters from Winnie the Pooh, Randall would be Eeyore, like hands down.
I think
Eeyore
so.
has more emotion than Randall does.
No.
Yeah, but he always sounds like he's post-divorce, so... at
At least
podcast.
Eeyore talks. Like when you talk to him, he at least responds.
Oh shit, dude.
Shit, you gonna let him talk to you
And
like that
Eeyore
with your
has a
new
good
mic?
Cell, so...
He has a good sell.
Yeah, Eeyore does. I don't know.
I think he moves too slowly to have a good anything in that game.
You don't know that.
Igor just sits around, doesn't he?
I don't know if he's slow. He just doesn't even have a real tail. I don't...
Wow,
He has
it's
bigger
real,
issues.
It's real to me.
And the tail of the donkey, bro.
Okay,
That's
well, Randall's not gonna divulge his experience with the one and only Odin son. We'll move on then. I did manage to have some shit to consume. And that was another reason why we didn't do last week's podcast. Our fucking document was empty. Like, bare bones empty.
I haven't had any time to like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
add anything.
I was busy throwing my money away at doctors, and then Randall and Brian were with me as I threw away money, and then we didn't consume anything. So this week I started watching some movies after work. So I mean, we could start. Actually, let me start off with, because Brian just updated me on my fucking report card. Drake released 2 songs. One of them's pretty good. The other one is the summer hit of the fucking 2019.
Shit.
That shit is slaps.
That's what I listened to before In the Dark, because he leads into it.
It was one of those things where I'm like, okay, he's got 2 tracks. One of them featuring Rick Ross, and the first one I think is called Omerta or something like that.
Oh yeah, Omerta.
Omerta, and I'm like, okay, he's got it's more serious tone. He's got some great bars in it, and I'm like, oh, okay, not bad. I guess that sounded like a push that could have been featured in it. That's how dark and like it sounded to me. And then the next song starts, Randall, and it was involuntary, like shoulder shake. It was your body was in it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you want a Millie Rock no matter what occasion it is. You could be at a funeral and this song starts playing, you want a Millie Rock on top of the casket.
I already have Glocks out if this plays.
Yeah, like it's real. It's called Money in the Grave, right? I think you'd appreciate it. Next time you get in your car, blast that song, you like it.
He's not gonna appreciate it. He can even appreciate Alive by 21 Savage featuring J. Cole.
Well, I can see why he doesn't like the chorus, because the chorus is very repetitive. But this, Randall, Money in the Grave? Randall, Money in the Grave. This is this year's God's Plan.
I don't understand how that's comparable.
Right? Because that's all I'm going to be referencing this year.
Oh.
That's a connection. You know how last year was just God's Plan? It's Money in the Grave this year.
Last year you were playing God's Plan, but you were referencing Nonstop.
Oh, that's true. No, you're right. I think Nonstop was my anthem last year. I never had a rollie, though.
You had a stopwatch?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey, you getting these references, or what? What you doing there?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, no problem.
What is
Kelsey,
God's plan?
Kelsey, I didn't tell you. Trina's coming out with a new album.
Sweet.
He's genuinely look at that smile is not for jokes. He's genuinely happy for this.
He's like, it's gonna be a bad bitch summer. That's what he's thinking. I'm gonna have my cheeks out all day.
Twerk that shit for napalm, dude. All right.
Not for Loki though.
No, that's a slut right there. Wow, I'm sweating all over the place, Randall. You know why? Cause I put my money in the grave, Randall. I put my money in the grave.
Put it on the table.
I used to put it on the table when I was a fighter,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm like, whoa! I put my
Now
money
he's
in
evolved.
the grave. Yeah. Woo. All right. Anyway, unless you have something else to add, Brian, on Drake's one song. Once that song played, I didn't care about Romance at all.
halfway through the first song, I was like, this is cool and all, but I'm not here for this.
And
Like,
then
I didn't want to hear that song from him. And then I heard when Money in the Grave played, this was my reaction. The second I hear Drake, I went from Omerta just being like bored and that playing, I was like,
yep.
that was my first.
That's what happened. I'm like, well, I was at work when I heard it. I had to take a step back. I'm like, I gotta replay it again. Just
I
the
might
way
have
it
even-
starts, I'm like, yo, this shit's gonna get brazy any second now.
When it got to the chorus, I think I even threw out the hell.
Yeah.
So,
I was scared in the chorus because they said throw my money in the grave, and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna be one of those fucking choruses where I repeat the same shit." Here's like a little small, like verse chorus or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm like, we're out here, Randall. Perfect. Rick Ross has some good ass bars too. We're out here. Money in the grave, Randall. Summer hit. He dropped it. He's like, yo, Toronto Raptors wins. Now all my fans win. You know what I'm saying?
he said it's album mode too, so he's gonna probably drop something
Late
either
summer,
in the
probably.
fall,
Or
either
fall, yeah.
October because that's his month, or late summer.
If he comes in with that fucking money in the grave energy, Randall, we're gonna have a discussion here on this podcast
Yeah,
about
I'm
that
like,
album.
what the hell's going on right now?
Yo, money in the grave. When we're done here, I'm gonna play it. At the after
whole
show,
album sounds like that?
we're playing it.
If the whole album sounds like that, I'm not doing another podcast without Ray-Bans on.
Oh my god, that song slaps, dude. Johannes says that this year's Buck Bumble, dude.
Yeah, he's right.
Slappity slap slaps.
All right, well,
The song from is that the game name or the name of the song? I don't remember, but
I think that's the game
Goes in.
name.
it goes in.
Pretty sure that's the game name.
It goes
All
in.
right, sorry I cut you off again, Brian. Do you have anything else to talk about? I mean, and anything to add to the Drake 2 song E EP?
No, yeah,
This
first song was cool, but I didn't want to hear it.
Like the
Not
second,
that it's bad.
Money in the Grave deleted. Here's what happened, Randall. I'm on Spotify, right? And I'm like, first track, Omerta, right? I'm like, yo, I like this. It's serious, whatever. Add to library. Second song plays. Shit, Money in the Grave. Add to library. Remove from library. I removed the first track from my library because the second one just decimated it.
Mm.
Oh my god, man. I can't. There's nothing else to say about it for me. I'm gonna cut you off again, Brian. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do you have anything else?
I literally keep saying that I don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Shit, Randall. You got a bunch of shit on here. Let's just get through the movies we all saw. Well, I guess not all. Oh, yeah, did you just sit down for the unicorn? You came in just in time. Okay. So
I didn't actually
Brian.
see the first movie.
Yeah, he fell asleep during The Kid Who Would Be King, right?
I saw like 5 minutes of it.
Okay. Well, we saw The Kid Who Would Be King. Story based off of King Arthur, but it's like a super family friendly version. These little kids find the sword, and then they meet Merlin, who I think was the highlight of the movie. To be honest, really funny, great actor. And yeah, he gets his Knights of the Round Table, which is just 3 other kids for the most part until the ending. I don't want to spoil the ending because it was actually pretty cool near the end, but the way they defended against the evil people. The antagonist is what's her name from Mission Impossible Fallout, and the showman, the Greatest Showman, something Ferguson, Rebecca Ferguson, I think it is.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I mean it was like whatever. It's just a solid family movie. Is that you, Brian, now with the lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so we're done on our end. Now Brian got it. But yeah, I think it's just a solid like family movie for the kids to watch. So, like the kids can watch. There's not like huge adult jokes in it at all. It's definitely kid focused. I thought it was
I
whatever.
got tired of this for like the 5 minutes I saw it. Just that bullshit. I was like, "This. What are you tugging it? What are you doing? You masturbating?"
Yeah, it's because it's really hot when I turn off the AC. But that we need it so the sound sounds nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's basically all. I saw the setup to the premise of the movie, and I saw to do
Yeah.
spells. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of here with it.
Merlin's way of doing spells was pretty weird. Like the way he would cast it, or I guess what
Evoke them. Evoke the
I don't know.
spell.
Kelsey, you're a JR or MMO RPG guy. What is there's casting and there's something else, right? You're muted, by the way.
I think he's talking to Shannon.
Yo, get her on the podcast or get her out of the room, dude. You know what I'm saying?
She won't get on camera.
Damn
It's
it.
a good thing she doesn't know about all the videos.
Yeah. Oh, what?
I don't want a hug from you. You're disgusting. You're gross. Go away.
Aww.
That's so
She's
cute.
literally covered from head to toe in sweat. She
Come.
just got back from her
Oh.
workout,
Uh-huh.
and she's gross.
Wow,
She's
that
gross.
hits home.
You're gross. Get the fuck away from me. You can see. Look at that. Look at that sweat.
I feel her pain.
Disgusting.
That's me when I just wake up in the morning.
God.
That's only my pit area at any point of the day.
Oh man. What am I doing?
At least turn the fan on, bitch.
Okay, you're not muted, dude.
I know. She fucking knows. What was the question? Something about MMOs.
Yeah, because there's Merlin in the movie. The Kid Who Would Be King is about King Arthur, and Merlin's in it, so he's a cat, like he's a magician. And when someone like casts there's something like shit. There's casting, but there's something else. Like they prepare to do the casting of a spell, right?
Okay.
What is the name? What is the term for that?
I have a clue.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's just evoking the
It's
spell.
evoking. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
Okay.
See,
Well,
I got him.
the things he does to evoke it is like him snapping and putting high fives and whatever. Yeah, and then he casts it. It was really funny to watch because it just felt so weird and it was kind of like what the hell's happening? But yeah, I don't have much to say about that movie. That movie was very by the books, family friendly. Unless you got something to say, Randall. No, I mean we gave you a mic, but let's just not use it at all. You're right.
I'm getting tired of him.
Shit, Randall. I had a compressor, forgot. Whoops. Hold on, I got you. You had the compressor before or after the noise suppression, Brian?
Yes.
Before.
Okay. If you're wrong, I'm hitting you.
I do noise stuff or noise gating things at the end because if you put it before the compressor, it's just going to bring up the noise floor anyway. So you want to deal with it when you do the last plug-in that would affect the noise floor.
All right. Well,
That
let's
makes
see if
sense.
this works. Everybody who's listening on the
Are you
chat,
using
let me know if it's
Streamlabs
terrible.
OBS or regular OBS?
Regular OBS because I'm testing out CPU encoding in a way.
Okay,
So
because I was gonna say if you're using Streamlabs OBS, they have a limiter you can put on there at the end of it.
whatever
This starts at
Streamlabs
10.
OBS has. Streamlabs is just a fork of OBS.
I don't remember seeing it unless they added it because I haven't used their plugins in a while for regular OBS.
They
I don't know
have
if they
compressor,
have just a bare limiter.
expander, gain, invert polarity, limiter, noise gate,
Okay.
noise suppression.
So if you can put a limiter at the end and put it to a certain level for your mic, and if it goes past that, it'll attenuate it for you.
Okay. The unicorn. This is
I have to
now.
pee.
Oh, you can go pee. It's just me and Randall on these next two, I think. Yeah. So, the unicorn. It's about a couple who've been engaged for 4 years, I think it is.
4 years.
Yeah. Sounds weird, right? I guess I'll read the overview because it'll explain it a lot better than I would. An engaged couple is forced to visit Palm Springs for a weekend to celebrate her parents', which is the girl in the relationship's, 25th wedding vow renewal and discover the parents' secret to their happy marriage. Threesomes. So it means the girl's parents are into, do threesomes.
Sounds hot.
Determined to properly celebrate their own re-engagement, they set out on a wild night in search of a threesome of their own, but then experience takes intense turn, exposing deeper relationship problems and threatening whatever. It's basically that. So once they realize that her mom and dad are into threesomes, they're like, maybe we should do that too. It'll reignite whatever. And it becomes such a cringe movie, but it like doubled down. It'll double down on it because that's like for the people who enjoy cringe comedy, if that makes sense. Whoever I don't know if that makes sense. If it's like a comedy, it's like subsection, like a subsection.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's cringy, but you're like, it's still funny. It like double downs on that. Like, there's not a lot of quick whip, like great dialogue. A lot of it's just uncomfortable, like situations. And the actors, they, to their credit, they sell it. Like it seems very uncomfortable for them, which makes you uncomfortable. And it's all mostly comedy cringe, I guess. So some of that stuff landed with me. Most of it doesn't, because I don't find cringe funny.
Right back. Sorry.
Randall, you got anything you want to add to that? That's pretty much it. The story wasn't that. It ends up exactly where you think it's going to end. In terms of the overall plot. Go.
No,
What? I need you to do more than grunt, Randall.
I concur, man. Like, it's nothing else to say.
All right. Well, I mean, if you're into the cringe comedy, give it a shot. Otherwise, you can pass on it. And then the one that fucking let me down at the end, dude. I Am Mother.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the one that Randall's interested in. I don't remember who was in it, but it's two females.
Yeah. Why are you doing that to your face, Brian? Hillary Swank's in it, and then the AI mother is voiced by Rose Byrne. I don't know the daughter. Her name is, I guess, is Clara Rugard. Sure. But yeah, so the premise is some sort of war happened, or I guess some sort of war or nuclear, something happened outside in the outside world. Excuse me. And now this AI called Mother has a shitload of babies, but they're fetuses, I guess. Embryos, that's what they are, and they're all human embryos. So she gets one. The movie starts off with her getting one out and creating a human daughter, and she starts to raise it. Things are going well. What is happening? Who is that?
Yeah, it sounds like Shannon, so I think it's Kelsey.
It's Kelsey? Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I can just mute him, I guess, right? Yeah, I can. Oh, he came back.
Oh.
For fuck's sake. This is such a shit show. I should just call it the ADLR shit show. So
What's the ADLR shit show?
Like, it scared the shit out of me. I think it was Shannon yelling, and you didn't mute yourself, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I thought, well, we're about to call the cops. They'll be like, what's happening over there?
She's yelling at me to give her a hug.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the AI creates or just uses an embryo, raises the daughter as her own, to a point where, or not to a point where, up until something comes in from the outside, which is Hillary Swank's character, saying that whatever that mother's been telling you, it's a lie. You don't die upon walking outside. It's very 21 Cloverfield Lane, if you haven't seen that movie, but with AI. And the majority of the movie is who's lying, who's not, who do you believe is telling the truth. The AI that's been raising her the entire time, which to her benefit is, I mean, she's providing her with food and air conditioning and knowledge. There's a section. Let me break off real quick, because there was a moment that I actually wanted to ask you guys. I think you know where I'm going with this. She was teaching the kid an ethics question, because it was an ethics class, because she's being homeschooled by the AI that's in that body, right? So the question is, you're a doctor, and you have, 3 or 4 patients? I think it was. You probably heard this before.
It was 3 patients.
3 patients. And they're all missing a different organs that they need to live, right? So, a 4th patient comes in with an illness that you can cure. But if you let the person die, you can use the remaining organs to save the other 3. What do you pick in that situation? Why are you smiling, you fucking murderer?
I was just trying to come up with the most gruesome thing I could.
And I thought that movie, and that's when the movie got me at my utmost, like, oh shit, we're going into like how AI thinks, how a human being would turn out if they had a certain thinking like this, and then it turns out not. Like it didn't stick the landing. You find out who's actually telling the truth, kind of pretty not early on, but like a little bit after the midpoint, and then at that point you're just watching the consequences of the lies. But quickly,
I need
if you
more
guys want,
info than that. 'Cause
that's all
I
you
had to
get.
be-
And that's a good point, because she starts asking those questions. Are the other three people like murderers, criminals? Is there one person a murderer, criminal? Like she starts asking those kind of questions. But again, the movie moves from that to the actual problem at hand, which is, hey, there's another human being inside with mother and the daughter, and she's trying to talk her way of getting her out of the facility they're on, and things like that. So yeah, like it's definitely like the first half, maybe the first 3/4 of the movie is a must watch. Like I love that first and like the beginning half, I guess, of the movie, but then at the end, it lost me because it deviated from all that ethics pondering and all those kind of questions that you would ask, and then it went to just to a point where I just didn't care. But yeah, maybe if you want, that's all I could recommend. Like the first half of the movie, I can recommend. I don't know what you want to add anything to that, Randall.
I mean, you're killing it, man. Like everything.
Oh my god, I fucking
everything I wrote down. You said everything. It makes no sense for me to just reiterate.
It does.
okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that's like I could recommend only like the first half, maybe 3/4.
The first and second act was good.
Yeah.
The third act is when it went downhill.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And then I'm done with my. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not done yet.
Progress report.
Yeah, my progress report. 2 weeks ago.
Spat.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I played Outer Wilds on
2
stream.
weeks.
It's like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Very fascinating. It's one of those Groundhog Day kind of games. So you start off as an explorer or something that just got his license to go and explore the universe, the galaxy or whatever, and realize that there's weird shit happening on different planets. There's people missing or whatever, so you can find and explore the solar system that you're currently on, up until you realize that the sun explodes and kills you. But then you start off right at the beginning but as it kills you, it like transports, because you have some weird powers with some statue that looked at you and did some weird shit. Who knows? I haven't beat it yet. I don't know the explanation. You start off at the beginning of that day, so you're basically timed, but you also retain the information that you've retain the information that you've learned that day. So
Right.
You don't have to go through the whole game over and over again. You can skip and go to a certain planet if that's where you left off at, et cetera, et cetera. So you're just unraveling a mystery of what's going on in this fucking solar system, that the fucking the sun is exploding. I guess I don't know if you're gonna be able to prevent it or not, but it's really cool so far. I have two videos up on the channel, but I'm digging it. I maybe get back to it, maybe not. It's pretty dope so far. And then One Punch Man season 2.
Amazing.
Yes.
I feel like they're kind of dragging their feet with some stuff though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could do a lot more, but they're just introducing so many different characters and plot and everything else. It's just it feels like it's taking forever.
Yes, you're speaking everything I wanted to speak. Thank you. See, Brent, that's how you do it, right? You just take it to like, let me talk, and then bam. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Look at him. Now he's gonna look at his iPad again. Did you watch the second season of One Punch Man yet?
I want to binge watch it.
Okay. Same with
So
Brian, I guess.
I saw the first 3 episodes, and I was like, I'd rather just, because I binge watched the first season before the second season started, so I kind of just I'm willing to wait. It's not like something I gotta see right now, but.
Well, I guess just to Kelsey's point, definitely they introduced really cool characters in the beginning, and then they like put off that plot point to the side and start introducing more characters, and then to their credit, they make you care about the new characters, especially the during. I guess I don't want to spoil it, but Kelsey, the new guy who kicks.
Oh, Shiryu or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's his name. Like even though he was like an asshole, you're like, okay, this guy's cool, sort of. I want to see what happens to him. and then that's why I guess the last episode I saw, because I only saw like 8 or 9 episodes, so hopefully it gets better with him. But then the new, I guess, is a new antagonist, the human monster or whatever. Like I thought that would be quickly, I thought that would be quickly resolved, or something would happen, and then they just keep putting him off in the way. I'm like, can we solve this to the point where? But you said you saw the first 3 episodes, Brian.
Mm-hmm. I've already seen him.
But did you see him confront Saitama?
It's the first time, and then he gets like knocked out or something.
Yes, that threw me. That turned me off. Cause I'm like, yo, this guy's bodying everyone. So I'm like, let's see what happens. And then just like that, gets slapped once, and then he's like, okay, well, the one punch thing has already like overused that joke for me. There's got to be someone who gives him a chance, like a fighting like.
I feel like if they're creative with it, it's fine. It's just that one was kind of boring, but I'm always gonna. My favorite scene is when he's nude and he slaps the shit out of the bee lady and she smears on the buildings.
Mosquito, but yes.
Yeah, mosquito lady.
As a mosquito, and that was funny, but that was season 1, episode like what 3? We're in season 2 now, dude. Like, there's got to be someone already to match him.
But that's the point of his character. Like that's probably also why they're introducing all these other characters.
Yeah.
Is because, there is no real equal to him. Like I'm waiting to see how this really plays out, because I really want to know if it's kind of like last season where, he actually has somebody that he can fight, but not really, because he's holding back the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited to see where it goes. I really enjoy this season. I think it's really cool. I think the Garo thing is absolutely hilarious.
For me, it's so fucking frustrating, man. I can't Thank God for the new characters, because I care more about those guys than I give a shit about Saitama at this point. Like, if they just deleted him and I'm like, okay, I guess these are just the heroes I gotta focus with, I'm okay with it. Moomin Rider's in there doing his thing. I'm like, if Moomin Rider... There was an episode where he almost died. Sorry, Brian, I'm explaining
everything. That's like every episode that he's in.
Yeah, he's almost died every time.
But it makes it like, oh shit, we know he's only like human, he doesn't have superpowers or whatever, and you root for him every frame, and you're like, oh my god, this might be it. I don't get that with Saitama, so I don't give a shit. Saitama to me is what Superman is to Brian. Where he's just like, okay, I guess he can just beat everyone. Cool, that's fun to watch. It's not anymore. Unless it's hilarious, like the smearing thing.
What? But I love him as like the main side character, because you have like all like Genos, the most worthless hero in the existence of heroes. Everything he does, he just gets bodied, and then just looks like total shit afterwards.
This season he was blowing everything up. He's super strong.
So he's learning, which is great, but it's hilarious to still see him be like this overconfident, like teenager who goes in, does some stuff, and then the guy pulls out his ace up the sleeve, or his ace in the hole, and then just obliterates Genos. Like it just makes me laugh every time. Like,
oh man.
But I'm really enjoying that they're bringing in new characters. Like I love that Saitama does. He's like, I don't fucking want to talk to people. I don't want people around me. Hey, will you mentor me? No. Okay, thanks.
Oh, and the King character, for fuck's sake.
I was really disappointed with him. Like, it's really, it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, dude, it would have been nice to see somebody who's supposed to be like his equal actually fight him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we're in season 2 already, people. Like, step it up, dude. Like, I can't do this every goddamn season. That's why it's frustrating to watch the show. That's why when he's on screen, I'm like, okay, he's going to go body somebody. He has great lines. And he has comedic delivery. It's just when it comes to the action part, I don't want him anywhere near the action, because at that point he's just going to decimate everyone. I'm like, okay, cool, we're done, I guess.
I love his fights though because of the looks he gets on his face.
And those are good too. Yeah, the still frames when he's just like blank expression.
When he goes from that like super high def drawings to the, and it has like the lines across his face.
Yeah, those are funny for like. It doesn't. That's not gonna hold me. That's not gonna. quench my thirst, you know?
Yeah. But I am excited. We get to see some of the Class S heroes,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
and what
that's
they can do,
That's exciting.
and like how strong they really are. And just like the character development's great, but it does feel like it's moving super slow. I feel like they're either talking too much, or they're like they have a goal, and then they just don't go towards that goal with whatever scene or character they're with,
Mhm.
and then it's like 25 minutes later, you're waiting for the next episode. You're like, what the fuck happened? Nothing.
Like, I like the Bat guy. I think he was another S tier
Battle
one.
Bat.
It's
Yeah,
one of my
like,
favorite characters.
he was really cool. He had an episode on there. I'm like, oh damn, I like him a lot.
That dude is a beast, and
Yeah,
his
dude.
sister scares me.
Yeah, like it's funny that he has that as his like keep him in check person.
It's him and the little girl that has the telekinesis.
Oh,
Photon. No,
Tornado?
Photon. I think that's her name. Those are my two favorite characters, because then he's like, "What are you gonna need a comet to kill me again?" And you just see a comet just come out of nowhere and kill the fucking dinosaur thing from the first season.
what is the ice lady's name? The one that has her own little gang.
That's the
Oh,
sister of Tornado. I forgot her name.
Yeah, is it Fubuki or something?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess so.
the only character I'm tired of in that show, like if he died, I'd be like, oh, is the fucking ninja guy. It's worthless.
Oh, you don't like him? I thought he's cool.
I'm fast.
Yeah, he wants to be
Die.
fast.
Just die.
I thought he was cool.
Useless.
Who
It'd
else-
be interesting to see what he can actually do. Like every time you see him fight, he's like without his weapons, he's naked, he's just not trying, and then gets overpowered and runs away. And every time he tries to kill Saitama, it's like, bro,
Genos is there or
You
something.
know-
Or...
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. But I'm excited to see what happens with him.
Like, even what is his name? Gara, whatever his name is.
Garo or something, I think.
Yeah,
Garo?
the human Garo. Yeah, the human
Yeah.
monster. Even he seems interesting to me because he's not just like, I just want to kill everything. Like, he has conversations with kids. He doesn't, like, he has a boundary. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a monster, but I don't just attack like little kids and stuff. He actually cares about, like, I just want to be a monster. I want to kill heroes. Like, he has just that kid-like obsession with it. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna stick the landing. I think they're just gonna keep prolonging it, and maybe season 3 will go into some of these characters, and I don't know. So far,
Yeah,
I just want to see how it ends, because at this point, I'm getting frustrated.
I'm wondering if they've just introduced too many characters at once, like kind of like in Sense8, Sense8, they could have done it so differently and it had like one episode for a pair, had introduced two people and then gotten to know them, and then 4 episodes in you would have met everybody, and then 5, 6, and 7 kind of get them like talking between everybody, and then had their shitty little ending. But they were like, no, let's just waterboard you with people and good luck. So it's one of those things that's like, it's cool, but it's really boring at the same time. But I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, like I'm here. I'm still gonna keep watching. It's just right now they're losing me. And I think that's it. Now I'm good to go, man. That's everything I consumed. An hour in. I guess we had 2 weeks to catch up anyway. Brian. Actually, no, not Brian. You've been talking. Randall. You got 2 things on here.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Randall, it's you. It's both
It's
of
your
them.
show now, man.
Yeah,
you
like,
got
it's your
this.
segment,
We believe
dude.
in you.
The Randall wrap up, dude. Let's get it.
Well, Extinction, it's like a sci-fi movie, or it is a sci-fi movie, and it has Michael Pena.
Pena?
Pena.
Yes, Pena.
So that was one of the reasons why I watched it, because he's in it. He's like the main character,
Okay.
and I don't want to give away anything, so I'm gonna try to explain the story without giving too much detail. But basically, it's a war between 2 types of individuals, and Cause I hate doing this. Like I just want to talk about it, but I don't want to. Like I know you guys don't want to do the spoiler thing. It's just basically like so. It's a war. It's like a sci-fi war. Everything is cool. He's having like premonitions or like visions of annihilation, and he's trying to tell his wife about it. She's not believing him. She thinks he's crazy. Every time he brings it up, she says, "Go see the doctor." His boss is even telling him the same thing. Go see the doctor. So he goes and sees the doctor. Something happens. He decides to not go in and actually talk to the doctor. He goes back home. Shortly after that, that's when everything like falls apart. Like,
then it actually happens.
I don't see. I can't. I'm trying to think of another word to use because if I tell you, then you're gonna know what I'm. Like, you're going to know the plot of the story.
Well, don't tell me the plot. How's the acting?
The acting was, I mean, it's a low-budget movie, so the acting was all right. It was good enough to be low-budget, I think.
Is it because, like, the dialogue was badly written? What's going on? Like,
no, it wasn't badly written. It just wasn't, like, super in-depth.
Okay.
But for what it was entertaining.
Okay, so you said it's a sci-fi movie. How was the CG?
The CG was good enough for a low-budget movie. It wasn't blockbuster quality.
Okay.
They did a good job by hiding a lot of it because a lot of the movie takes place in the dark.
Coincidence? I think not.
But the plot twist to me, which was the strongest thing that I liked about it, which obviously I can't tell you, that really sucks.
I mean, that's fine. Do you say the plot twist is worth it?
To watch, yeah. I mean,
I'm saying that you like the plot twist. The plot twist,
I thought it was interesting.
It paid off.
I'll put it to you this way. The plot twist was something I've never seen ever in movies, ever.
Okay.
It's the first time, to my knowledge, that I've ever come across that, what that plot twist was.
Okay, that's good.
It was the wife.
Johan says the dog is the dad.
Like Tim Allen.
So some of the cons that I had about it was that even though... Man, how can I explain this? Okay, so even though the plot twist I think was very interesting, the reason for why the drama in the movie was occurring felt like it was
forced.
No, it felt more like it was unwarranted, like it was like over dramatized.
Okay.
It's almost like an example would be like I don't know. It was just very trivial. It was just very, very overboard. It's like, this is the reason why this is happening type of situation.
Like a soap opera?
No. Like,
it's just they did it for plot's sake. Like they needed something to happen, so they wrote it this way so it can happen. So
like, let's say like Bryant went on a killing spree. He started killing everybody in his town.
Okay.
So a typical Tuesday.
It was all because somebody stepped on his sneakers.
Okay, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Without any context, maybe he maybe his whole life.
Maybe it was like somebody he bought some new sneakers. He stepped outside. Somebody stepped on the sneakers, and then somebody cut him off in traffic. And then when he got to the store, they ain't have no Henny, so he just flipped out and started killing everybody. And that's what happened from beginning to end in the entire movie.
Okay.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, you're selling me on this. He got his shoe stepped on and there's no Henny. Everybody would be angry, Randall.
Well,
in the dark, everyone would be angry.
Going brazy.
And then another con for the movie that I didn't like. It was like it's a double-edged sword. Why I say that because it was good in a sense because the children actors did their job.
Okay.
But on the flip side, they were extremely annoying. And when what I mean by annoying is if your parents are telling you to run across the field and don't look back, and you already know like it's real, you seeing people get killed, bodies are dropping and stuff like that, and they tell you just go now, and then they see the enemy, quote unquote, coming, and they just stop and look.
Oh no, those kids! Nope, I lost my kids then.
Or I give you another example. You are on a ledge on the side of a building that's pretty much been decimated.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to get to the ground, but then the lift that you're on like malfunctions. So you and your family have to crawl back inside the building. But your daughter doesn't want to do it because she says, "Oh, quote unquote, might be in there." So you rather fall and die to your plummet to your death? And so she's standing there and they're trying to get her to come into the building and she's just like, "I'm scared." Man, I would have threw her. No.
I would just make another kid. Like, she stays there, she can be someone else's problem, and I just make another version of her.
What? On a more serious note, it made me think though, because it was like, if I had children and a crisis occurred, something like that, where you're like running from building to building or some junk like that, how much patience I was asking myself, like, how much patience would I have before I snap on this child?
Randall, you need to have all the patience in the world for kids, Randall.
That would be one.
No, you don't. Beat the child.
That would be one positive I give to the movie Bird Box. Is that what's her name?
Sandra Bullock.
The actress Sandra Bullock does a good job of, even though one of the kids decides to test her patience with doing something stupid, she does a good job before they head on out. What I say is law. You just don't do anything else, basically. So she did a good job setting it up, but
It sounds like this did not do that.
Nah, it was one of those situations where the kids pretty much get to act out, and their parents like, "Oh, just calm down. It's not that bad," you know. Versus like the way we grew up, we probably would have got dragon punched or smacked back in time or something like that.
Amen.
Yeah,
I've time traveled 7 times in my lifetime, dude.
that's how I learned how to zone, is from chancletas being thrown.
Talk about it. I mean, I didn't learn how to zone. I just learned how to hold back. For projectiles only. But if you're not sending projectiles, I'm going in with square, bro.
And the last con that I had was that, even though the story itself was interesting, it was interesting enough because your boy Michael was doing a good job.
Yeah, he's a prominent actor, so.
Because it was low budget, there were times where I was kind of taken out of it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I would see something or a certain scene would pop up and certain things would happen and you can clearly see that this is low budget and it would kind of take me out of the story.
I mean, that'll happen. Because you're like, okay, at the end of the day, this is still only made with X amount of money in the shows.
I think that it had the potential to be a really, really, really good movie, but
I'm sure nobody bought it. So Netflix is probably like, hey, we'll throw X amount of cash. Talking about Dragon Punch, Randall, what about Street Fighter Assassin's Fist?
So I didn't even know about this movie. I actually stumbled upon it by accident. And
Like you tripped over it, or?
Like I was on Netflix and I was just looking through movies and then I don't even know what I typed in, but it popped up.
You probably were like,
Busty.
typed in run. Good.
But
I couldn't say no.
okay. I don't know what to really say about this movie. Like, obviously, it was independent film. It wasn't a blockbuster. It was low budget.
Was it a Hollywood video? Nope. That went right over everyone's head. No, Brian looks like
No,
he
I
got
got
it.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I stay woke. I don't sleep, Anthony.
Oh,
I'm always
shit.
woke.
But you in the dark?
I'm going brazy.
Well, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Rand.
So the cons that I had for it was that the casting was pretty good for a low budget film. So the guy that played Ken kind of did a decent job at being Ken.
Okay.
And Ryu and
Christian Howard.
Goken and all the other characters.
Where is this guy from?
Is that the YouTube series for they're like really short episodes, but there's a lot of them?
I don't know. I just know what I saw was an entire movie.
Oh, it was a movie. Let me look this up then, because there's a YouTube series.
It might have been the same thing. I don't know. Maybe like what I saw was just everything stitched together.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, then you might have seen Resurrection. I think that's the TV show.
Well, it's the same actors.
Oh, okay, then yeah. The TV show's the Resurrection, and then what you saw is the movie.
Is it more plot, or is it just that turned into a movie?
So what I saw was actually plot driven, and it was based on the actual origins of the characters. And what's funny too is
I don't want to cut you off. Can I cut you off for 1 second? The guy who plays Ken is in a movie that's in pre-production, post-production called Dead Gay Fictional, and he plays James Bond. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
Okay, but this is what I saw on YouTube. I didn't see Resurrection. You can go ahead. Go on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
so you saw this.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep going.
Randall, continue.
I mean, it's really not much. We all know about Street Fighter. We all know the characters. We all know.
Randall, this is not for us. We're not doing this podcast so I can listen to it when I'm sleeping. Like, this is for other people.
I mean, mostly other people know about Street Fighter.
Here we go. Oh yeah, you've done your surveys?
Yeah, Scorpion's a good character in that.
Okay,
You
so
don't
the
understand how
story
this
follows the origin of Ryo and Ken, how they came to be who they are, and how they met. The origin of their master Goken, and then they even dove deeper into his background and his brother Akuma, and then their teacher Gotetsu.
Okay. I didn't know about Gotetsu. You see?
Well,
You
I
didn't
mean,
know about Gotetsu?
I know about Goku. Go ahead, Ren.
okay. So let me just stick to my notes. So
I mean, that's how you. The way you just started that sentence. That's how you're supposed to do it.
the pros that I put down was that I already said about the casting. Seeing the lore and the story from multiple perspectives were good. So they didn't just focus only on Ryo and Ken. They also focused on all the other characters, and then they explained why they ended up in the path that they went. So, like, for example, Akuma, you see what happened, what caused it, and then you see why he became what we know him to be today.
Okay. Is all that stuff canon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Your boy was in it, Bryant.
Yoon?
Nick Cage?
No,
Oh.
his other favorite
So
person. The person that you love the most that always gives the announcements.
Broly?
He knows what I'm talking about now.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
probably deleted him from my memory because I don't remember him being in it.
Yeah, he was in it. Oh, I keep forgetting you just said that you saw it. So yeah, he was in it. He was in like a short part in it, and he act the same way he act when he's on that stage.
Oh my god.
In the movie, he was acting like that.
Why?
I guess that's just how he is. The fight choreography was decent. It wasn't my level of good, but
Okay.
because I watch a lot of martial arts movies, so
Okay. I just need you to. Yeah, I just need you to.
I can
elaborate
tell
on what you're-
I can tell when someone's doing actual martial arts versus like.
Okay.
I mean, I think they were doing actual martial arts. It's just that the choreography just wasn't as polished as.
Okay. So now, examples. What is your level of good?
Oh, anything like with Donnie Yen or Jason Statham or what's his name? Oh my God, it's escaping my mind.
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. Oh my God, Scott Adkins.
Okay.
All those guys are real martial artists, and like anytime you see them on screen doing fights, that junk is ridiculous.
Okay.
But it was nothing like that. It was decent, but I will give it. And I think I mentioned this to you. Like I will give it to them. Like when they did the Dragon Punch in a fight, when they did the Dragon Punch in the fight, it was implemented very well.
Okay.
But when they would like practicing their kata, that junk looked
Cheesy.
It looked cheesy. I'm just gonna put it like that because I don't want to really downplay like or talk bad about what these guys did because I know it takes a lot to make a movie, and I think they did good for what they had, I mean, like I said, it just wasn't a huge production or anything like that. It was just like really small, low budget. So needless to say, the CGI wasn't like, it was all right. It wasn't, when they were throwing fireballs, it was cringy to me.
When Ken does his first fire DP, that shit was so cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and when Akuma changes, well, his real name is Goki, but when he changes into Akuma, they changed actors. So they went from a Japanese dude to a black guy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The black guy, I think, is the one in charge of the choreography of what they do too. I think.
It was crazy, man.
Oh my. Okay.
What else? Let me see.
They changed actors.
Yeah. I get it, like that, because when you submit to the Satsu no Hado, it's like supposed to like morph you, and it changes you physically.
Okay.
But I didn't think it would change your race.
Yeah. So the math is Asian plus that evil thing equals black.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is that how pandas are made?
Is it? I thought that was just polar bears rolling in dirt.
I think I pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Cool. Brian, take us home.
Did I start with progress report or report card first?
Whatever, Brian. This is you're at
I'm
bat.
I'm going
You
top
swing
to
however you
bottom.
wanna
You
swing.
dig? All right.
What?
So boom. I said I'm going from top to bottom.
Okay.
So boom, right? I checked out Snoh Aalegra's newest single that came out. I think it was 2 weeks ago because it was like the 14th of this month, called "Find Someone Like You."
Okay.
R&B song. A lot of her music's older R&B, not necessarily what it is now, where it's kind of hip hop and R&B combined. This is like soul R&B. It's a good song. It's not her strongest song, but it's a good taste for. When she released this, she gave out the date for her new album, which I don't remember what it's called, but I think it was The Feels Again, which comes out August 15th.
That's a weird name for an album.
Yeah. This song's good. It's a good just to keep them quenched until the album, like something,
Quench
the
the
appetizer for the album. I like the song. That's all I have to say about it. This was 2 weeks ago. I didn't listen to it again. So
Okay.
it didn't have too much replayability for me, but I remember quality-wise it was good. Just waiting until August for the album. If you like our soulful R&B kind of music, I recommend it because she has a very older voice, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I started and finished the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I watched the original one back when it aired on Adult Swim or Toonami.
Both.
I think it was on both.
I watched the original one completely. I enjoyed it. And then I heard everyone that's watched Brotherhood said this is way better. You're stupid for liking the other one. Leave How You in My Bathroom. So then I watched this one. I'm glad it was short. There's only 64 episodes.
Yeah.
It's way better than the original, especially the ending because it's very clear. I remember the ending of the original series left me confused for a bit because it was kind of like you interpret this how you want ending, where this one was like, hey, I did this for this and now we're here. I was like, oh shit. There's a lot more characters in Brotherhood than the original. I can't say there's only one character out of the whole show I did not like. Every other character I would go out to say I loved.
If you say
The only
Armstrong,
character-
I'll get out of here.
He was my favorite character.
Okay,
He's
just
one
in
of my favorite
case.
characters.
Just in
Right,
case.
so when I watched the original now, my favorite character has always been Alphonse. It was
Okay.
Alphonse Winry, and then it was Louis Armstrong.
Wrong answer. The dog.
The male. Which one?
Winfrey
The
dog.
with the Winry?
Winfrey, because she free.
Oh my god. So anyway, they added so many characters that were just well done to me that I had to reconsider my top 3 or top 5. The only character I didn't like, I don't remember his name, but he becomes Scar's like little side lackey, and he drives a car into like a stop post, and I was like, if you don't die, then what good are you here? the Armstrong's sister is one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
Olivier. She's
Yes.
really
Awesome.
cool. Lang, the guy from Xing, that's the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care for him at first, but his arc was, I think, really well done. I'm trying to think of other characters they added. Everybody that was from the North Brigade with Olivier. I've always loved the homunculus.
They stay cool in Brotherhood as well. They probably even
I
They
don't-
didn't have nearly as big of a part in Brotherhood as they did in the original. Like there was a lot more involved detail in the original, like backstories and that kind of stuff, and like the fights and things, than there was in Brotherhood. I felt like in Brotherhood they kind of like showed up. Like there were a couple of big parts, but for the most part, like some of the characters who were around a lot in the original kind of just showed up and died in the Brotherhood.
Because Brotherhood was actually based on the manga, which is why it's so much better.
Brotherhood, yeah, it was way more to the point. I feel like, yeah, I don't remember if this is the opposite of what you said or I heard you wrong, but the homunculus were more important in this than the original because they existed in the original series. That's why they just lasted the long. They just existed. Hey, this is the plan.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could agree with that. I feel like they had more of a task-oriented goal in Brotherhood than they did in the original, but they were around a lot more and more impactful in some of the like fights and background and things in the original than they were in this one.
Yeah.
I would say half of them are more important. I think in the original, lust was more important.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, envy basically takes the cake.
Envy and gluttony. I feel like gluttony has a big part in this one too.
Yeah, envy, pride, and gluttony are most seen in this one. Oh, the only complaint besides that one character I hate, and if he died, it'd be fine. In Brotherhood, is it seems like they changed Al's voice. I don't remember it sounding that way, and that's my only complaint.
Is it a different person?
I think it's a
thought it
different
was the
voice
same.
actor. Either it's a different voice actor or just the actor got older.
I don't know. Either way, he needs to unage. If that's the case.
I have to confirm. I don't know for sure, but I thought that's when I watched it. I'm like, oh, he sounds different now.
The only complaint.
I think I looked it up
enjoyed
at the
it.
time.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, if you've seen the first one, never saw Brotherhood like I was, and you want to get back into that world, I highly recommend watching Brotherhood.
It's a definitive
Brotherhood
edition.
was awesome.
There's no need to watch the first one anymore. Now that they've actually stuck to the fucking manga and finished it.
Courage
Yeah.
is the word.
Fucking Christ, Soul Eater.
Or is it courage or bravery?
It was
think it's
bravery. It was bravery.
It's so bad. I've tried to like block it from my mind, but it just keeps coming back.
If you ever watch Soul Eater the anime, watch until Baba Yaga's castle, I think it is, and start reading the manga right afterwards. The second they say we need to go to Baba Yaga's castle, stop watching the show, and then go read the manga. Because you don't. Who cares that bravery is the word?
It could be worse. Could be Claymore.
Man, I really that pissed me off at the end, dude.
Like that, the ending, the show was amazing up until the very last like 4 seconds.
Actually,
they
the
were
last
like-
minute, because you know how they get dramatic and they hold shots
Yeah.
and stuff. So like the last minute.
But
It was literally just. This whole show is for me to do said purpose, and I've encountered said purpose, and I'm like, all right, man, have a good rest of your life. I'm gonna go do some other thing over here.
And then there's no follow up. Like if there's another season, I'd be like, okay, cool. Nothing. Since-
what was it, halfway through, a little more than halfway through, nobody's ever gone full and come back before. Now everybody does it.
It's like Super
Yes.
Saiyan. It's just like Super Saiyan, dude. Goku
Is he
did
the
it, and then
legendary
everyone and
Super
their
Saiyan?
grandmother can Super Saiyan now. Word? I thought it was supposed to
But
be.
That's at least understandable because they are all Saiyans. Like that, there's at least, once he figured it out, he mastered it and then taught everybody else how to do it. Like other than like Vegeta, who figured it out on his own. But
They-
like with them, they're all just kind of random They do their own thing. They have no real connection other than they're silver witches. And then they're like, they see her do it. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do it too. And then everybody does it.
They try to give like a shitty lore reason in Dragon Ball that because Goku's kids are hybrids and have full Saiyan, they're half human, half Saiyan. They're trying to say that the emotional side from the humans is what acts as a catalyst for them to be able to become Super Saiyan. So it's why everyone else after can do it. But I was like, what about Vegeta? He's out here grinding every day. He's a real protagonist. Fuck
She's a
Goku.
bitch.
Oh my
Yeah, but
god.
he needs to go sit with the vegetables. The fuck?
I don't know how Goku's kids aren't part Namekian from all the raising that Piccolo did.
They are Namekian.
That's where the other
tired,
half of the power comes from. It's not the human side.
You think? What do you think they keep coming back to life? Because the Dragon Balls, no, the Namekian regenerative power.
They put 6 Gokus in Dragon Ball. I'm just gonna end it there. So then, I played a demo for a game called Children of Morta on Steam. And I'm gonna start by saying I can't wait for this to come out in September because I've never played a demo for something and wanted it to just unlock into the full game as much as this game.
Can you tell me what type of game this is before you tell me how great it is?
But that's the initial. I liked this demo more than the Indivisible demo.
Oh wow, that says a lot.
Now this game is.
The art style is interesting.
It's a roguelike isometric, right? When the cameras are like the Diablo camera.
You got it right.
Isometric.
It's an isometric roguelike. It kind of plays like Diablo, so maybe I'd say action RPG-ish. The newer Diablo. Lore-centric co-op.
All right,
Binding of Isaac kind of
too many
game.
fucking adjectives.
I'm gonna explain it after everything I just said. So.
Super Toyota Honda Edition.
Yeah, Deluxe Arcade Edition 2012. Units in this game, Y Edition.
Hadouken!
So I didn't remember how it starts with the lore, but this family lives on a certain in a forest or in a mountain, and there's a corruption going on that's tainting the world around them. This family's like known for expelling said corruption or something like that. So you go out and you go into dungeons to try to get rid of the corruption from your house or from the world.
Okay.
And at first they give you a character who keeps. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's also co-op. It's 2 players.
That's what co-op.
You start off with I think kind of like the head of the family, and he goes off into the forest, or into whatever you do, the dungeons you do, and you start playing the game, and it plays like a mix between Binding of Isaac and Diablo 3. Each character is like a class. They have the first character they give you is sword and shield, so you can go around with the shield stabbing people. It takes up damage for you, and it can reflect later on. You can level up your characters, which just stays outside of the run, and unlock abilities. While you're in the dungeon itself, you can get these things. I think they're called gems or shards that you use to open loot, in a sense. So instead of a key, you have this thing, and you can open loot that gives you items like Binding of Isaac and Risk of Rain.
Okay.
Where it's like you pick this up, oh, now you can do double damage, or you have like a little robot following you and attacking for you. That stuff you lose when you die, and you start over and you get those items again.
Okay.
It's like the Souls and Dark Souls.
More like Dead Cells, where you get
it's not
things temporarily, but you can still have access to them in other runs.
Mm-hmm. It's not currency; it's just gear that resets.
Gotcha.
And every time you die, at least when I did, you go back to your house because the grandma's the one that gives you the lore. Because I guess she was around back in the block when the corruption happened, and she set some kind of thing under the house that you use as like a teleporting to get to the round of the world. And she does some spell where when you die, you don't actually die. Your spirit comes back into the house, and you just start again. That's their lore for making it a roguelike, so it makes sense.
Okay.
But every time you come back, lore is going on as you check the house. So at first you start with one character, and then you find a bow and arrow chick. Turns out it's your daughter that followed you in, the character you're playing as. So you go back home. They're talking at the dinner table, whatever. You can go into other rooms in the house. You see that there's a son that's just sitting by the window, like crying. Turns out his brother went missing because he went to the dungeon trying to stop the corruption on his own. So that's why you're there. So you find out why your family takes a feels it like a call to action to go do said thing. You come back in the next mission after you die. The grandpa of your family is teaching how to use daggers, but the mom doesn't want him to fight because he might lose another son. So every time you come back, there's just more lore and you get more playable characters from said actions happening. You can play as the bow and arrow's daughter. I'm assuming you play as the son later.
So it
there's
sounds
gonna
like
be some lore part.
so they
in the
gave
middle
you
of
a 2D Mass Effect.
Well, you don't make choices. You're just given the story.
No, you go into your stupid Normandy, and some shit happens when you talk to people. That's exactly what you just told me. You go do your shit, you come back to Normandy, which is your house, and you just talk to people, and more lore gets to you.
That's
They gave
just
you
if
Mass Effect.
No, if you simplify that much, it's just any game with a narrative.
No, because Dead Cells, there's no talking. You just die and you keep
No,
fucking
there is.
going.
There's talking.
When you start the game and you're in the first dungeon, the person that teaches you how to play later dies. Then his body decays in there. Then later on, you get a loot item just from his body. Then you go on and you find people that are missing, like into the dungeon, and you come back, and then narrative, and those are nothing like Mass Effect.
Nah, Mass Effect.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, it's
That's
it
comedic
was really
timing
fun.
right there.
The art style's kind of like bit style. I don't know how to say it. No, it's not 16-bit, but it's very like pixelated art style. I think it's pretty. The sound, I had it on low, but it sounded well designed. The game loop is just fun. The lore part, like just having something to look forward to when you get bodied by the boss, was fun. All in all, I didn't get to play co-op because I'm the only one here, but
Well,
I'm
they would've
looking
played
forward
with
to
you.
this. Oh my god, this guy. I think it's only local co-op too, so we would have had to do Parsec, but I think the game is $20 and it comes out in September this year, and I highly recommend it.
I'll keep my ojos out on it. We'll see.
So then I was like, let me play Dota Underlords. What the hell is this?
Oh, the auto
Short-
chess fucking
Yeah.
phase that we're in now. Yeah.
I didn't know it was auto chess. I thought it was like a turn-based version of Dota where you just control the different characters. It's auto chess. I uninstalled it right after the tutorial ended.
Okay, so why'd you put that on here?
Just to say that I don't like that game.
Okay. If only if it was a tutorial, you didn't give it enough shot to say you don't like it. You just
Well,
don't
you-
like
you-
auto chess, I guess.
The tutorial, it tells you what you do, and then you still play it out, but against
Oh.
bots.
I thought you
and I
mean
did
they're
that.
talking to you, and then when they finish talking to you, you uninstalled it.
No, once I finished it, it was like 28 rounds of the same thing until the other people died and I won.
Mm-hmm.
And no. Just
Okay.
no.
Okay.
That's the only reason I put on, just to say no to that.
Okay. No,
That was about
works.
it. I was going to mention this earlier, but today they announced for Randal, they're making a, hold on. They're making a fighting game for One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
3v3, but no, it's a battle arena game.
Yeah. I put it
Like
in
the old
Discord.
Tenkaichi games. You know how Jump Force is?
It's like that. Yeah.
So that's good.
I put it in the Discord. The trailer, anyway. It looks good though. It looks rendered really nicely. It's just it doesn't play like it's the 2D. Let it
That's
out,
all
Randall.
I
I can
had,
hear I can hear the... Whoa! I haven't been drinking.
I'm not going to.
I have, so that's where you're hiccuping.
Yeah. All right, then we'll move on. That's everything we consumed. It took us an hour and a half to catch up. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? You want to check in with our mid-year consumption, see what everyone's still liking, what not liking? Ooh, you're dead. Sorry, I just killed a bug that flew on top of my screen.
Kill
What do
the
you-
bug? What's wrong with
Or do
you?
you guys just want to move on to the news, or just rap, or what do you guys want to do?
I don't know if anything's going to be said that's worthwhile for the mid-year consumption.
Okay. Who has been keeping track of their consumption this year?
I have a doc that has all the 3 different things we did last year: the games, movies, music. I have a doc that has my top 10. I just haven't reorganized them.
I haven't consumed anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna dread asking this. Randall, have you been keeping track of what you consumed this year?
I have actually.
Okay, thank God.
He contributes.
Because if it comes to December, Randall, and you ask me what have you watched this year? You're off that podcast.
You hear that,
At least
Kelsey?
he expects that from me.
Yeah, like you haven't been consuming anything, so.
He watched Marvel. He watched Avengers.
I did watch Avengers.
Oh, there you go.
I did listen to what's his name?
Money in the Grave.
Dillinger, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eric
uh,
Bellinger. Yeah, you're right. The Rebirth.
Yeah. He also watched the Crimes of Grendel or whatever, so he
That's
has at
true.
least 3 things. I
He's
don't know.
got
Was
2
that
things.
this year?
Yeah,
I thought that was last year.
I
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
last year.
it's one of those.
Hold on.
Came out
Let me
between
look
now
at
and
my
then.
document of shit that I've seen. It was last year. It's not this year.
Told you.
My music list is a lot longer than anything else because it's easier to consume while I'm working.
Let me see. Let me relook at mine.
I don't know. I don't think any video games that have come out this year I've played.
You didn't play Resident Evil 2? Apex?
No. Oh, I did play Apex. I was playing. lot of
Crackdown
Apex.
3?
My
Yeah.
game section.
Metro Exodus? Far Cry New Dawn? Devil May Cry 5? Risk of Rain 2? The Division 2? Void Bastards? And
Oh.
Outer Wilds. That's my consumption for games this year.
I can have
so
Risk
far.
of Rain.
Yeah. I just.
The games.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The games I have on here are underwhelming now that I look at it.
Yeah, I
They-
hope I hope the later part of this year picks up, which it probably will because Borderlands 3's out. I'm sure Sony's dropping something, hopefully. No, Death
Sony?
Stranding comes out this year, doesn't it? So Death Stranding will be on there.
Fire Emblem comes out this year.
Fire Emblem's like in a couple weeks.
This in July.
Brian, that's a couple weeks.
No. Couples 2.
In 2 weeks, in less than a week, we're in July.
Yeah, but it comes out at the end of July.
Oh,
You a bum.
I'm a bum.
But the only games that I like on my games list that are on here that I still like is Risk of Rain and Ape Out. Devil May Cry's on here and that was a joke. Apex Legends, I'm not really into battle royales that much. Wargroove, that's a lie. I like the Wargroove, I just don't want to play it again. I played like 2 chapters of it, and it's like an homage to Advance Wars, and I like the Advance Wars, but I just don't want to play it again. I don't know.
That's a
It's
weird
not that I
thing.
hate it. It's just I had my fill of that, and I'm just done with it.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
just really
Crackdown-
haven't- Sorry, I thought you were done.
Go ahead.
And Crackdown 3 is it's not Crackdown 1.
Yeah, it was. It was fun for us playing together as a co-op, but playing that by myself, I'm sure that would have been worse. But yeah, this my top 10 for games this year. Seems like it's gonna be pretty easy so far, from what I've played. I
What
can't
did you
read.
play, Kelsey?
I mean, I've actually really been enjoying Path of Exile Legion. That's been a lot of fun.
That technically counts because that's an expansion that came out this year. So
That's what I was gonna ask you guys too. Hades isn't actually out, and I put that on my list last year. So if it's 1.0 this year, does that count? Is that eligible to be put on here again?
I would, yeah. If you're asking me specifically, yes, I would allow that. Because drastic changes are probably like there's updates to it. It's probably completely different games than when you first played it. So
I haven't had any desire to play. Like, there's nothing that's been out that just looks good. I mean, it's just.
I highly recommend
I don't
playing
know.
Resident Evil 2. Like Resident Evil 2 remake is very fun to play, especially like, maybe Shannon can play with you or watch you. The remake for Resident Evil 2 is definitely at least I think you guys could sit down and play.
Like, and that's probably why it is that I've been so bored, is I haven't really had anything to like co-op with people.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I've been playing Legion with Adam, which has been a lot of fun. I've been playing Mario Kart against my friends' daughters, which is hilarious. You know, because like I've been playing on the 200cc and she only plays on
50?
150. She does at least play on 150.
Okay, no, she knows what she's doing.
And so like when we first started, she was actually kicking my ass because I haven't played Mario Kart since the 64 version.
Right.
And
okay.
there were a lot of times that I would still come in first, but I think when we finally stopped playing for a while, she was up like 6 or 7 Grand Prix to 3.
Uh-huh.
And then I've been playing on the 200cc. I've gotten almost all of the trophies, like the trophies and the stars, and it's not even a contest. Like I basically lap her at this point.
Holy shit!
You
He said
know,
no one with 31 wouldn't streak me again.
but I've been so bored with the video games. Like I haven't wanted to do or play anything.
Gotcha.
You know, I haven't even really had time or wanted to stream.
Well, I mean, if you ever want to play Risk of Rain 2 or The Division 2, I am all about it, dude. Division 2.
I don't know. It was burnt with The Division.
Oh, okay.
Adam and I played, like, we played the demo for the first one, and we were like, this is amazing. But I don't know that they're going to come out with anything else after this. And, like, we really enjoyed the gameplay, and we really enjoyed the PvP in it. And then we were like, okay, we're going to hold off on this. And then the game was a disaster at launch. Like, it was the same shit. There wasn't anything new. And then they had Line Simulator because somebody was like, you know what? We're going to enable collision between players in the fucking base. That's a great idea, you know?
This is miles ahead of what Resident Evil Division 1 was. I can assure you on that.
I didn't get to play that long of it because, you know, this guy forgot how to eat, so I had to be with him for a whole weekend. But I played with Javi co-op, and it's one of those, I guess since I haven't played a Diablo-style game in a while, just getting new gear, and I'm like, I gotta put that on. I gotta see the stat changes. It left me fiending for more loot.
Like, I mean, Bryant had mentioned about playing, like, Torchlight 2 or something again. I'd probably be down to do something like that, or if you guys wanted to join PoE, I could help you do that.
Torchlight 2, man. I love that game.
Just remind me I forgot to install it that one time you told me, so just remind me to install it right after this, and I'll install it.
But, you know, I'm actually pushing through a lot of the content, like, way more than I've ever done. I've actually gotten really lucky and really, you know, been farming a lot of the currency. My character is basically maxed out for gear wise. Like, there's obviously I could, you know, min max some stuff, but you know, the only thing I really want and need is a better weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam and I have been pushing end game content. We finally been able to sustain some of the higher tier maps, and so we the very end boss is called Shaper, and we've never done it. I think Adam got carried through it, but we've never like done it ourselves.
Okay.
And I finally have collected all of the parts to summon him and go to his realm, and so we're gonna do that. And it's just been a lot of fun. Like, they've revamped the way that melee works in this game, and it's so much better. Like, a lot of visual updates, a lot of, you know, damage updates. It's just been amazing.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's free to play, so
Yeah,
that can be downloaded.
I think Torchlight 2 is too, isn't it?
I don't know if they
to
changed
buy
to
it.
free to play, but I bought Torchlight. It came out when Borderlands 2 came out. That was a good year.
It's $10.
Oh, it is.
And
I have it, so it's not
It
like
has Steam Workshop support, so I've been playing through. There's a mod that rebalances the whole game and adds classes, so I've been playing as a necromancer and that, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed in an hour, and 3 pass, and I'm just getting more loot.
I'm telling you, the looters, when Borderlands 3 drops, it's going to be a problem.
Are you gonna get that day of, or are you gonna wait till
I don't
Stadia
know, but
bullshit or until Steam?
you know what my inner struggle is. I don't know.
Well, because I'm not sponsored by Google. I'm trying to ask you so I know if I buy it early or just wait.
I'm probably gonna buy it early because that game actually looks pretty legit, and I loved playing Borderlands 2 with you guys. Like, you know, I've been playing through the second one myself. I haven't actually played it in a while, but I was playing by myself, and then Bryant was playing with me, and then I made another character was playing through. But I'm excited for it.
There's a 90% chance I'm getting it on launch because I'm
I'm not waiting for
with
Steam.
story games where someone can spoil it for you, right? So I'm trying to not have that happen.
Gotcha.
Wait, is it not coming out on Steam at the same time?
Nope,
6 months later.
It's an Epic exclusive for 6 months.
Oh, that's right, but it is still coming out on PC. It's just the Epic Game Store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yep.
The way they're doing the loot now, the only reason to Like, I can just join in at any time and have my own loot. I don't have to worry about under level or anything like that. The only thing that would keep me to wait is if you want to experience the story with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because, oh, shit. Lilith died? Yes, you know?
Javi says he's getting it on Steam. Wow.
Yeah, I really want to get it on Steam because I fucking hate. Everybody's like, we're gonna just make our own store, man. It'll be great. It's like, no, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I understand why they're doing it because it's like you're missing out on a lot of money when you're having to pay a third company to do this stuff. But at the same time, it's like you're spending a shit ton of money to build your own store that everybody's going to hate, that you're not going to get sales and things on in the beginning. And then years and years down the road, you might pay off that versus just working out a better deal with Steam.
Well, I mean, Epic is the exception here. They're actually been selling a lot on their store, even without all the shit they should have already started off with.
Well, I think they also had a client. You know, they were one of the first ones to have their own client. Like Origin broke off, and that was a shit show. Blizzard's always been on its own. Epic, I think, had originally one of its own clients that, you know, during like the Steam era, but Steam just had a better everything, and they finally caught up to that.
Well, I mean, they haven't caught up yet because they don't have a better almost anything. They just have a store with exclusives.
What they have is better for the developer side because they get a bigger share off of what they're selling. But
yep, and that's why they keep getting good deals.
Epic itself as a launcher is like really bare bones. It's just, hey, we have games on here. No, every week we give you a free game. I think that's how they're just making sure people actually use their launcher for anything but Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. It's smart. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up just getting it on Epic and just playing it, but we'll see.
And then buying it again on Steam so we can get the achievements.
No, I'll end up buying it again on Stadia.
Nobody likes Stadia.
Fuck
okay?
you.
Stadia is garbage and it's going to fail. Okay?
Oh my god. The day he shows me a controller for Stadia and he's playing it, I will run to your house and drop kick you through the fucking ground.
Is that how I have to get you up here to actually visit? Is to buy a Stadia controller?
I'm going there for your wedding.
Ooh.
So a major event, like hopefully a once in a lifetime event for me.
I like how she fixed it. Hopefully once in a lifetime event.
Well, she said she's gonna be a widow, never a
divorce person.
Yeah.
So she'll kill you then, is what she's telling you.
Pretty much.
Got it. Okay.
You know.
Oh my god. And then xCloud's coming out. What if I just have to buy it once on Xbox, and I can have it on XCloud? There's too many. Randall, I'm not gonna get into this. We're already an hour and 50 minutes in. All right. News.
Doesn't the Halo stuff start coming out this year?
Next year.
No, it's next year.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The
the
collection. You're right.
yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Infinite. You're talking about the collection for the PC ports?
Yeah.
That's this year, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I know where my wallet's going to.
And it's on Steam, too, so that's perfect. I was hoping it transfers purchases for us. I think it might, but I don't know for sure because we have it on Xbox, so it should work on Play Anywhere, but I have to double check.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
If it works, I already know what's going to be my steps after I install it. I'm going to install it. I'm like, look, there's SWAT still. And I'm gonna place in SWAT and then never play it again until the next season and place in SWAT again.
And just keep placing in SWAT.
Yeah.
I have to start my record over of more melee kills than gun kills.
Yeah, that's gonna be the ratio. It's gonna be like
this game lets you. There's still loot boxes, unfortunately, but you can unlock different animations when you assassinate people.
Yeah.
Random thought about loot boxes. Did you hear EA's thing about the surprise mechanics?
Yeah, the loot boxes are surprise mechanics. That's a lot. That's quite a PR spin. That is not a surprise mechanic, fam. That's fucking gambling.
Oh man.
All right, so what we got here first? Respawnfirst.com. Diablo 4 shown to French Blitz. Who put this on here?
I did.
All right, so what is this?
So basically, somebody leaked that wasn't supposed to that they are actually working on a Diablo 4.
Yeah.
I'm excited. At the same time, I really just don't care. I'm really disappointed in Blizzard with their whole. Do you guys not have phones?
But I thought we already knew they were making another Diablo. They said they had multiple Diablo projects working.
So, after they came out with that whole bullshit with the mobile games, the theory was that that's what all they were going to focus on from now on was mobile stuff.
I could have sworn there was an article before they even announced the mobile stuff. They had multiple Diablo projects in development.
Yeah, but then they like weren't going to announce anything at their little BlizzCon thing, and then they came out with that, and that was the big focus. And then rumors started going around that the whole multiple Diablo projects were only mobile games, like mobile stuff.
Okay.
So like it was the whole. Everybody thought that they were going to show something that even though they said they weren't going to show anything, that they were going to still they were still going to show something about Diablo 4 or even possibly a Diablo 2 remake or remaster.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean, like a title card or something. Like
where they like update the graphics, make, bring in like the Diablo 3 style artwork, but keep the flow and gameplay of what 2 originally was. And then they announced Immortal, that god awful piece of shit, and everybody just assumed and was like, there were rumors going around that all of the Diablo games were just going to be mobile platform games. So
I'm gonna be the first one to tell you guys right here on live on this podcast. If that game supports controller support, your boy's in.
For Immortal?
Yes, if it supports controllers. Because I played Diablo 3 first on PS4 with a controller. And that was heaven on earth. Talk about a chill game you can just listen to music or put on a podcast and just fucking decimate the demons everywhere and just playing like a twin stick shooter kind of in a way. If the Diablo Immortal supports a controller, dude, I can do that on the go. Fam, I'm not gonna get started with Stadia again, but let me tell you about on the go.
So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and just mark no on the invitation.
Okay. So definite yes, and I'm bringing Diablo Immortal. I'm just gonna be sharing it with everybody. Yo, have you seen this Diablo Immortal, dude?
This will probably be my last podcast.
Uh-huh.
Randal, it was nice talking to you with the 4 minutes that we ever really talk. Bryant, we'll keep in contact because you actually talk to me.
Here, hey Kelsey, what we're gonna do is when it comes out, you will install it and you will play it, and then tell me how you feel about it.
No, because it's a piece of shit.
You won't know until you play it.
I don't give a shit how good the game is. Like, it's a huge stab in the back. I don't give a shit about how good the game is. It's a huge, huge kick in the nuts to all of the actual Diablo fans.
They're making Diablo 4 already. You're gonna get your Diablo on your console.
Yeah, you want to know how? They have like PC. 4 developers that are building Diablo 4. Okay,
4?
They've literally cut like the entire budget for Diablo. Okay,
Skullgirls are made of 3 people, and it's an amazing game. Some would say a cult classic.
They're using They're using WoW employees. Okay, like there's just nothing good that's gonna come.
And
from
that
this game.
Game's been going on for 15 years, so they're in good hands.
Diablo and WoW are 2 separate games, and they were like, "Hey, you know what? We'll just have our WoW guys make Diablo. You know what you get? Fucking Diablo 3. That POS.
Not POS. That's on season 17, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what season TF2 is in? Dead. That's where it's on.
They wanted it what?
You know what season TF2 is in?
You want to know what season Diablo 2 is in?
It's still people playing it and buying it on GOG. You know what TF2 is?
No,
Dead!
Diablo 2 has been going, like, I still go back and play some of the latter resets. Like,
Skullgirls is on sale for the Steam summer sale. Go ahead and copy yourself a copy.
You know? But no, like, Diablo 3 was good in its own right, I guess, but it pittered out really quick. They redid a lot of stuff and it made it better, but it's still, now it's at the point where you literally, 97% of the game is just running riffs, and that's it.
Yeah,
the other 3% of the game is running greater riffs.
But yeah, that's endgame. That's why Diablo 4 is gonna come out.
But
You're gonna have a new campaign talking about that old dude who was a demon, and then his girl's gonna be a demon too, and then Diablo's gonna come out of somebody's fart, and then that's the end boss.
Deckard Cain better come back. That's all I gotta say. Okay. I don't care if Deckard Cain comes back as a fart, but he fucking better come back.
Oh my god, that was a weird ass fucking ending to that game, dude. I've been Diablo the entire time, and she just turns into it. I'm like, what the fuck?
For 3?
Yeah.
Don't they transform the girl into the Diablo?
Yeah, she was
thing?
with us,
Yeah.
killing other demons at the same time. Why don't you just shoot her in the forehead then, while we were doing all that shit?
Well, they didn't know.
I would have. I knew. Kelsey, I knew I tried
You didn't
attacking
know.
her, and
You
she
didn't
didn't
know.
die. She didn't die at all. I did all of my ults. I waited for my mana to come up. Nothing happened. Randall saw me. Great
Randall's
work there.
Crusader's godlike, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right, so what the hell is? Who put Platano 3, AVX, and loaded up? Was that
That's
you?
all Randall.
All right, that's your news, man. Hit me.
It's just projects I'm working on. Platino 3 is a game.
Okay. Why? What's happened to the first two?
You just ask me that every time I tell you about this.
What did you say when I asked you?
We're on 3.
What happened to the first
You
two?
gotta keep him coming back for more, hoping that he'll release the first two.
What he said.
You gotta leave
Haven't
room
you
for
played
the
Final
prequels.
Fantasy X?
I did. I
Jack's
liked
got
it.
all the answers.
That's
I like
one with
10.
Orin, right?
Yeah. 10 was dope.
I'll die for Orin.
I mean, that's the only one
That's
I
why you have
finished,
to-
but
That's why you have the Jack Shot 3. Keep people coming back, hoping they'll see the first two.
okay. So what's AVX, Randall? Is it Avengers versus X-Men?
No, that's my short film that I've been working on. I had put pause on it for a while because of the other side projects, but then I'm back to working on it again.
Okay. What is it about?
You know what it's about.
Okay, Randall. First time
I
on
love how-
podcast, I guess.
It's not
Loaded
the
up.
fir-
What's loaded up then, Randall?
It's not the first time I mentioned that. I've talked about that short film on the podcast.
Randall, some
before.
people like listen to the latest episode before they go back and listen to the rest of the podcast.
I don't actually know what it's about.
It's the short film about my character that I made up that's pretty much a doppelganger of me versus Akuma in a fight.
Here we go. See, it took you 5 seconds instead of 80 minutes of you retaliating, telling me what the hell it is.
80 minutes?
Fuck, Randall.
80 minutes.
Ah, it's Akuma versus Zen something, right? That's what the initials are.
Yeah.
I'm a god, dude. I know everything.
Brian, we're all discussing this, and Brian's in the background just crunching numbers, dude, trying to figure out what the fuck the AVX means.
You could see, if you watched
Oh
him, you
my
could
God.
see the wheels turning, like, you know, that the whole hangover scene where the numbers are just going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, initials alone was it like aliens versus xenomorphs? Because that'd be pretty good. It's the same thing, so what would it really be?
Hey, Randall. Hey, Randall.
We're in an audio
Randall.
podcast, Randall.
Yes,
Reply.
yes.
Fuck.
I mean, it's not like he can't see me.
I can't. You're like
Randall,
okay, this is what I
this is
see.
not an only-
This is what I get to see with you with that mic stand. You like hide behind it. Okay?
Well, they told me that I have to be directly in front of it, so this is what I'm doing. So you complain
you
to
could move
them.
it off to the side.
No, they said
You
it
can
has to
sit
be directly in
sideways.
front of me.
Yeah.
Has to be pointed at your
okay,
mouth.
we're gonna do this 3D demonstration. So if this is the mic,
I'm not holding the mic, bro.
and this is, I'm not asking you to hold the mic. If this is the mic and you're directly in front of it, you know what else is directly in front of it? When you turn sideways. Look at that. Look at that. Now you can see my face, and the mic is still directly
Kelsey,
in
what
front
is
of
your question?
Kelsey Miller Rock right now. Shit, he dropped his hand already.
Can we end this already? We're at 2 hours.
Hey, Randall. When are you gonna start streaming?
Load it up.
July
Premiere
21st.
July 20-
And it's not a stream, it's going to be a video post.
on.
Okay, so that doesn't answer my question then. So hey, Randall.
God, Randall, you like it's like pulling Chewbacca teeth off of you.
I don't know why he keeps asking me that when I already said multiple times that I have no intentions on streaming.
Then why'd you make a Twitch channel?
Exactly.
To post videos.
That's what YouTube's for.
Okay.
Anyway, where is this video being posted, Randall?
On all the social media platforms. YouTube,
Which are?
Twitch, Facebook, Instagram.
So I need you guys
Twitter.
to go to www.browsers.com/Zen5.
They have comments on there too, so I guess that's a social media platform, right?
His account's name is Zen Gets It In. Go ahead and
This is why I
subscribe
don't put
early.
nothing up on the dot.
What? Yeah,
You
this
realize
is
that we give you shit all the time because your participation is so lackluster that it's laughable. Like, where's this going on social media? Does anybody else's back hurt? Like, what
You
is
can't-
carrying
you can't
this
just
conversation with Randall?
We're gonna type in just in Google YouTube, and it's gonna link us directly to his YouTube version of the video.
I've gotten more conversation out of my dog when she's asleep than I have with Randall in some of these.
Hold on, I'm trying to watch this video. Let me type in Twitter and hit enter.
Where can we find your channels, Randall? All right, so these
On
just
YouTube and on Twitch and on Twitter.
If you
And
use
on
Yahoo
Pornhub.
search, yeah, just type in Facebook.
releases this week. I guess including last week's too. Crash Team Racing's finally out, which I forgot to get because I do need to get that in play. Samurai Showdown is out, and I think you can still, if you buy the first week, you get the DLC for free. Oh, Brian's talking to someone else. But I'm pretty sure if you get Samurai Showdown within this week, I think you get the DLC first season, whatever, for free.
So it's not out on PC yet, so this only applies to console people. If you buy a physical copy before the 30th, you get all this. You get the whole season pass.
Nice. There you go, Randall, because I know you said you like Samurai Showdown. Super Mario Maker 2 for the Switch comes out this week, which is dope. That's content. That's forever for YouTube people. Movies. We have a movie called Anna, which seems to be like a Russian John Wick one type of movie or something. Child's Play and Toy Story 4 I think came out last week, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it this week? Last week. And for music, I don't think I saw anything that I personally am looking forward to. So, Brian, if you see anything on there, let him know.
See. You can keep talking and I'll interrupt you if there is something.
Okay. That's about it, people. This has been episode 52. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me not. What are you guys doing this week? I forgot I removed the section on here, but
2 albums this week that might be noteworthy are the Black Keys album titled Let's Rock, and then Freddie Gibbs and Madlib if you want hip hop.
okay. I'll check out the Freddie Gibbs one. And probably the Black Keys one too. Kelsey, what you doing this week?
I gotta get over to the house and get the front end back on the Corvette, so I can get that moved out and cleaned out, so that we can actually be done with be completely done with the old house, and probably stapling a whole bunch of porch screen mesh around my garage.
Oh shit. Okay. Wait, I'm on your garage?
Yeah, so the house is lifted. It'll be easy. You'll understand more when you get here, but
Okay.
the house is lifted, and so there's slats all the way around the garage to let water through in case of a flood. But gnats and mosquitoes and all sorts of other shit still get in. And so what I'm going to do is put up a bunch of porch screen mesh to try and combat some of that.
Gotcha.
And hopefully that'll help keep a lot of that stuff out.
I'm sure
I got to
it will.
figure out how to keep. We do have, because we live like right near the water and things. We do have a lot of like rodents and snakes and things around here, and so I got to get some like stronger steel mesh to put down on the bottom
Yeah.
to hopefully keep them out. But I can't afford it right now, and I don't really care.
You can take on the snake, whatever, dude. You got a machete at home, right?
Somewhere.
Oh my god.
I can send you a recommendation for a good wrench if you want that.
I actually have what is it? I have a torque wrench that is it's like 2.5 feet long and about 10 centimeters around.
Okay.
He's trying to zone with it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Randall, what are you doing this week?
Working on my side stuff. That's about it.
How did your voice come through my headphones? That's crazy. 'Cause you're not going. I don't have a monitor for your mic, so I don't know. How did your voice get to here? That's crazy. Cobra says you're updating.
Was that a spot on impression?
Yeah, Cobra in the chat says he's updating his social media content. So. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Oh, Brian, what are you doing this week?
So I'm for sure streaming tomorrow through Friday. I'm conflicted because I've been getting back into playing Dragon Ball a little more often. I have a combo video for Base Vegeta that I was gonna send to Randall, but I have to redo it on his characters while Chief keeps playing, so I can show him that his team's trash and he's trash.
While Chief Keef is playing?
Yeah, we'll play War.
Oh, okay.
But I will either be streaming Dragon Ball or just more Seeds because I have a renown booster going on for the week, so I'm trying to grind that money out.
Okay.
Besides that, just work stuff in between that's not really being released or anything.
Okay. For myself, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I think that's it. So I'll be busy Thursday and Friday. What was I gonna say? Tomorrow I'll probably be streaming. What is it? Risk of Rain 2. Got a content update, so I'll probably check that out.
Oh, I'll play that then.
It might be the whole stream, or maybe not, depending how long I can keep my attention, I guess. I think that's it for the week, and we'll be back next week for episode 53. This has been right. This has been the ADLR Podcast.
Try that again in Spanish.
52, dude. I just had a fucking brain aneurysm. Brain
Could
aneurysm?
start your go-kart and it wouldn't.
If you want to support the show, yeah, right.
It's an auctioneer now.
Patreon.com/ADLR Plays if you want to support the channel, show, podcast, etc. Extra Life to ADLRplays.com if you want to support the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children now over here in Orlando. That's where my Extra Life donations go to. The proceedings, anyway. Oh, and I guess speaking of which, as of this recording, the Summer Games Done Quick is going on right now. Is a charity event where people speedrun games for Doctors Without Borders. So please go watch them on twitch.tv/Games Done Quick and support them. Donate. It's for the kids. Yeah, and then to end off, if there's any topics you want us to discuss in the future, like maybe ethical questions, like from the movie I Am Mother, you can go to topics@adlrplays.com and we'll talk about it in a future podcast. And that is it, my fellow friends. I love y'all. Thanks for watching, listening. Both. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.